Welcome to another. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Is that 50?
What are you talking about?
Episode 50 of Can You Reach That?
Yes. Can you reach that? The big 5-0. Can you believe it?
5-0.
I got 5 on it. Yeah, 50, man. I can't believe that we've been doing this for
50 episodes.
50 episodes.
Mini milestone.
Right?
Since the goal is 1,000.
Here's to 50 more.
So only 950 more to go.
Right? We'll get there.
So in fun news, last week I was talking about words that basically were the same but meant different. Or they were opposites essentially, right?
Yeah.
We talked about slow down
and
versus
slow up. Yeah.
This week I thought we'd go a different route and talk about things that are essentially the same but mean opposites, as opposed to things that are the same and mean.
Things that are the opposite that mean the same.
Yeah, that part.
So
I'm cross-eyed.
Now you're going to talk about things that are the same.
So, wise man and wise guy. If you're a wise man, you're smart. If you're a wise guy, you're a smart ass.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a wise guy now.
Yeah. Even though they both technically are the same. Yeah. They both mean different. They both have different meanings.
If you overlook something or you oversee something.
Yeah, two different meanings. They sound like they would mean the same thing.
But so it's just,
because look and see, like if you're looking something and you're seeing something, but overlook and oversee, don't mean the same thing.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre how certain sayings in the American language.
American language is a funny,
and that's why it's funny when people always look at languages and they say, oh man, Chinese, that's hard. Probably, but it can't be any harder than English.
Right.
People are like, oh, English is pretty easy. I'm like, well, that's because you know how to speak it. But to the outsider coming in,
English makes no sense.
Confusing.
Yeah, English is confusing. English is definitely confusing.
Especially when you account for spelling and things like that. It's just like, why are all these silent letters happening?
Because a lot of other languages don't have these words that cross over.
Right.
They don't have words that sound the same but mean different. Well, that's not true. They do have some that sound the same.
I think all languages have that.
But I feel like ours is weird.
Yeah. I think ours mixed with slang.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of slang that is everyday talk now.
And maybe that's what it is. It's the slang that throws it off.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we went from slang was alternate terms for for everyday situations or things like that. But it was I don't want to say it was a childhood thing. But
for the most part, it was.
But it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
But
you're not using slang as an adult. It's immature. Back then, it was immature to use.
But the thing is there's been so much slang over hundreds of years that there's a lot of slang that is just regular now.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. And then, there's new slang coming up every day because.
No cap.
There we go.
So, English language is funny. Hit the music.
Yes, it is.
Can you reach that? You see that? Let's talk about it. Be that. Believe that. Let the people know that we see that and what they want to know. Can you reach that? Can you reach that?
And now your host, Tango and Coop.
Can you reach that? Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
So as I was reading my ESPN 8 The Ocho Obscure Sports Quarterly Network newsbook.
Oh, the Ocho?
Nah, but in all seriousness, so are you familiar with the amateur muscle beach competition at Venice?
I am actually. I actually have someone I know. She's a bodybuilder. Her and her husband, and she was in it a few years back and placed. So yeah.
Well, if they participated in the most recent competition, there was a special amateur contestant that we are all familiar with and know and love.
What was that?
By the name of Lil Jon.
What?
By the name of Lil Jon.
What?
By the name of Lil Jon.
What?
By the name of Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So bro's been on his fitness and his health kick lately.
He has been.
I don't know if you've seen in the past, like he had his yoga chants that he was doing.
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell he's in a space of growth, self-improvement, shit like that. But yeah, seeing bro was in the amateur Muscle Beach Championship Challenge.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's pretty dope.
Because I had heard he was performing for it, but I didn't realize he was competing.
Yeah, he competed. Like, bro, slimmed down and bulked up. You know, got the little cuts and everything. See his little abs coming in.
So did he place? Did he get any awards?
I want to say he placed. I seen him wearing like a medal around his neck.
Okay.
I couldn't find any information on like what place he got or anything like that, but
that's what's up though, man. That's good on him for, you know.
Yeah, he put the pimp cup down and picked up.
That was my next question was which chalice was he holding?
He had a strongman chalice,
right? Instead of the handles that had two arms.
Yeah, exactly. So. He had the. Have you seen the 22-pound?
I have.
Cup.
I have seen.
That's been going around lately.
Yeah.
The dumbbell cup, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
Turn that into a chalice. It's the weightlifting chalice right there.
I was gonna buy one.
I thought about one just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I thought about, you know, I was gonna leave it on the table here and let you know your water was in that cup just to see the reaction. But yeah, I didn't buy it though. They're pricey.
Yeah, they were pricey.
They're pricey.
A couple $100.
Yeah, for a mug. Just because it's heavy.
Right.
So
I'll keep my mug and my dumbbell separate. I won't pay for the convenience to have them integrated, so I can work out and stay hydrated at the same time.
Well, you hydrate with one, you lift with the other. Just keep it separate.
Exactly.
So
I'll stick to my 12-ounce curls versus my 22-pound curls.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Lil Jon's out here getting fit, getting in shape. So I imagine
I like it.
I imagine there's going to be a Lil Jon workout tape coming soon on some Jane Fonda.
On some was it Billy Blank?
Billy Blank.
That was the Tybo, right?
On some Richard Simmons. Yeah. We going to see Lil Jon in his workout videos.
Give me 3 watts.
No, because seriously, you've seen the little clips of parents punishing their kids.
Oh, the Drew Hills?
Give me 30 Drew Hills, yeah.
Tell me.
I'm gonna need I'm gonna need 30 watts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 15 years.
That beat is perfect, and that is the Drew Hill.
Yeah.
That is the Drew Hill dance.
And I mean, Lil Jon, his music got a lot of high energy anyway. So he can reissue all of the old music, all of the club tracks, and turn them into workout tracks.
Yeah, I mean,
when you're doing to the window to the wall, you're taking 4 steps to the window, 4 steps to the wall, as the sweat's dropping down your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can turn all of these into fitness tracks.
I don't know if you want to be skeeting while you're working out though.
No, that's great for the biceps. It works the forearms. Like Lil Jon's been trying to get us in shape for years.
The problem is you want to nap when you're done.
No, that's the reward. A little protein shake before your protein shake.
Protein blast.
Skate.
So yeah, that's good. That's good for him, man. I didn't know. I saw that he was performing out there. I didn't realize he was competing. So that's dope to see. And Lil Jon, like, I mean, it's time for some new Lil Jon drops, because for a minute, you know, you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing a Lil Jon song. He was not only with his own stuff, but with everybody else. I mean,
oh yeah.
He was all over you know, even though he's from the South.
Yeah, the collabs that he did, especially the stuff that he did with the Bay. Him and
the Bay.
E40, him and Too Short. Like, he pretty much gave the Bay a new sound.
Yeah, I mean, he had that South, that dirty South, and then he had the hyphy.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, you know, working them both.
So that's pretty dope that he could do that. But I think if he did a new drop, it would be dope to see him do something with Snoop.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever.
I don't feel like, and if there is, I can't think of it.
I feel like
I imagine there should be something with Snoop. But I can't think of anything with Snoop right now.
Snoop's been putting out some tracks, so why not, right?
He has. Matter of fact, he just dropped the visuals for a track with him in October London, Snoop Dogg.
The summer.
Yeah, what's it called? Must Be Summer.
Must Be Summer, yeah.
Must Be Summer, that he's dropping in September, at the end of summer.
Well, you know.
So it must have been summer.
Must have been summer.
But I tell you,
what a song came out before, you know. It's the video.
Yeah, I'm sure the song came out. The visuals just came out later.
So.
But I mean, a little prior planning, he could have dropped this video in June, and it would have been a summer banger. This could have been added to the summertime playlist rotation, you know, because there are certain songs that come on, or there are certain songs that I think of when I think of summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime being one of them.
Ironically.
Summertime in the LBC.
Yep.
Must Be Summer could be added into that rotation.
Summertime is nuts.
This is how we do it. I feel like that's a summertime jam. This is how we do
most
it.
songs have the word summertime in it. Summertime LBC, summertime is nuts. There's all these songs that like
Mention summertime.
mention summertime. So
Yeah. So they dropped the
summertime.
visuals. They dropped the visuals for Must Be Summer. And I gotta say, well, first off, before I say it, this video, we did 2 reviews on 2 Snoop Dogg videos that he dropped recently.
Right.
Last Dance with Mary Jane and Sophisticated Crippin'.
Crippin', yeah.
Man, drew a blank for a second. One of those things about those videos is they were both AI.
Yes.
When this video first starts, I didn't think it was AI. But the longer it went on, the more it began to look like AI. But initially when it starts off, it had me, I was like, oh, a real video. Because I'm thinking it was just a Snoop Dogg thing. Like it was just Snoop Dogg, if he was just doing his video,
Yeah.
that it would be an AI thing, that him and somebody else, it wouldn't be AI. But then thinking, Jelly Roll was in that one, and that was in AI also. But anyway, yeah, the video is all AI.
Crazy.
But when it starts off, the visuals are so well prompted that they look real, unless you're actually paying attention to it.
Interesting.
I didn't see it until the first few clips into it. There was like a boat moving across the shoreline. That's when I began to start questioning. It didn't even hit me initially like, oh, this is AI. It was like, wait a
Until
minute.
you saw that.
Is that AI? And then the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, oh, okay. Like, damn, the whole video is AI. So you got AI Snoop, you got AI October London, you got AI Summertime's Vibes, backyards, pool parties, beaches. Pretty dope track, But
Yeah, I mean that sounds pretty dope. I gotta check it out. I haven't seen that video yet.
yeah, it was cool. He even had a Warren G cameo. He's on the grill with his
Nice.
with his spices, the Sniffin' Griffin seasonings
There it
that
is.
he's on the grill working on and stuff like that. Snoop had the plug for the gin and juice drinks in the video. Yeah, so
That's what's up. Yeah, no, I gotta check that one out. I haven't seen that one. I've heard the song, but I haven't seen the
the
visuals.
visuals, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope
So-
to watch. And again, the fact that he continues to use the AI to make these videos, and I feel like with each video that we see,
It gets better.
the AI content and the
Well, all these
realism
all
of
these
it gets
different
better.
AI models that are dropping now. I mean, like they just dropped the banana joint for Gemini. I mean, and it looks crazy.
Gemini's dropping another one. Damn.
So there's all these different there's all these different models of AI that they're competing. So every one is the next step up. VO3 is obviously incredible, and so yeah, I mean it's crazy. And Snoop's just been at work. He's been all over the news lately.
He has.
So you heard the thing about the Buzz Lightyear incident.
Him and his grandson, right?
I mean, so a lot of people dogging Snoop out,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's messed up. I don't think they should be dogging him out the way they're dogging him out.
Okay.
So
This sounds like a hot take.
and maybe
All right, let's hot take it.
let's roll that beautiful bean footage then. It's time for another hot take brought to you by the handcrafted brews at Throttle House Coffee and Tea.
Order yours at throttlehousecoffee.com. That's throttle, H-A-U-S, coffee.com.
All right, so I guess this is a hot take brought to you by Throttle House Coffees and Teas.
Throttle House Coffees and Teas.
Go get you some at throttlehousecoffee.com.
And that's house spelled H-A-U-S.
That is correct. So, I guess, yeah, you want to call it a hot take. So this is the beef I have with it.
right.
Everyone constantly talks about, and it's especially a men thing, right?
Yeah.
They talk about men not expressing themselves, being real, being vulnerable, talking about how they feel about a subject, talking about whatever, just being brutally honest, right?
Right.
In a situation that makes them uncomfortable. I feel, and maybe I read it wrong, could be, but I feel when Snoop said, I'm watching this movie and, there's 2 lesbians in the movie and then there's a baby, this, and my grandkids start asking me how, what, when, why, and where, and he didn't want to deal with it and all that stuff. I didn't take it like it was homophobic.
Right.
I took it like Snoop was literally saying, I'm in this situation that's very uncomfortable for me.
Right.
I have my grandkids, not my kids, my grandkids. That means they have parents. Their parents may have some sort of agenda, parenting, whatever, when these situations come up, how they want to explain it to their kids. It's their kids, right?
Yeah.
he's the grandfather. He's still a role model. He's still a parenting figure in their lives.
Right.
But sometimes, like, that's not your place, right? So now you're in this awkward moment of you're getting questioned about this stuff. You don't really know how to answer it. And you're not even sure if you should answer it because you may say something that differs from what their parents want to say. So
I could see that.
I feel like he was saying, like having it in a movie in that kind of fashion, especially a children's movie, it thrusts a conversation upon some people who aren't ready to have such conversation at that very moment. And one of those situations being a grandfather in a movie with their grandkids and being thrust into that conversation unexpectedly, unprepared, and it's not their kids. It's not necessarily their place to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So I didn't take it as him being like, oh, gay people, blah, 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 blah. I took it as like, this whole thing happened so, unexpectedly and all this other stuff. And then my kids are questioning it, or my grandkids are questioning it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to handle the situation because of all of those factors.
Right. No.
And he did come out saying like, look, teach me, like show me how I could do better in that situation, because it wasn't him saying, I don't like gay people, or I don't like lesbian people, or I don't like this.
He just didn't know how to respond.
He just didn't know how to respond in that situation. So he was being honest and vulnerable, as far as I'm concerned, by speaking his feelings.
Yeah.
And then he gets dogged out. And this is why I feel like a lot of men bottle stuff up, hold stuff in, and then it turns into, various mental issues later down the line.
Yeah.
You're holding in these feelings, you're holding in certain things. I feel like he just spoke on how he felt in the moment. He was honest, and people basically shot him down for being honest.
Took it the wrong way. No, I get that.
So
I could see that. I could see that perspective, and that does, from a human standpoint, like that makes sense. I could see that. Him as a grandfather, you're watching this movie, you're not expecting that. You're not expecting to see that, and then it happens, and then your grandkid got questions, and you don't know how to answer the question. Let's just keep watching the movie. We can talk about it later.
Right.
Totally understandable.
Right.
And like something getting caught off guard, like it's easy for me to sit here and be like, oh, he could have just told his kid that the baby was adopted. Like
right.
It's easy to say that not being in the moment. When you're caught in that moment, like you have no idea what to say. I could understand that, but at the same time, I won't go as far to say it was a homophobic statement or vibe or anything like that. But at a minimum, I do feel like it was kind of tone deaf.
I get that.
And that's
but I feel like that also comes from Snoop being Snoop.
No, 100%.
Snoop has never been one to hold back what he wants to say. So, the way he said it, it might have came off sounding a little bit, aggressive, I guess, if you want to call it like that, like blunt.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it was something that was meant in a inflammatory or derogatory way.
No, I don't think so either. But I mean,
but I get that.
In the climate that we are, like it's different. This ain't the 80s, Same sex relationships in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s were something that you couldn't do openly in public without some backlash.
Right.
And especially in the black community, there is a sense of homophobia, for a lack of a better way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of anti-gay propaganda and stereotypes and perspectives that people have in the black community.
Right.
So, tying all these factors in together, I could see how somebody could receive this as being homophobic.
Right. No,
like I don't want my
I
don't want my grandkids seeing this. Like, why are they pushing an agenda? It's like, okay, you're telling me that there are no same-sex parents in your kids' schools?
Right.
Like, there's got to be at least one. Your kid has to know somebody whose parents are the same sex. It's either 2 men, 2 women, 2 trans, 2 non-binaries, whatever it is. Like, we're living in an age where these people are living out in the open.
100%.
And they should be allowed to be. And just like with everybody else, everybody wants representation,
Yeah, I get it. I think that it just came out as, Snoop is he's always been like that. That's why we love watching him commentate sports, right?
No, 100%.
He's very like, what he sees is what he says is what you get. And so he saw something, he said something, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
And I don't think but I don't know. I just took it as him being just like, dang.
No, he was caught off guard.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching this. This happens, and then my grandkids are saying this, and it's like you said. It's like yeah, there's an easy out. You can say, oh, they're adopted, da 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 da. But the way the grandkids, based on what he said, the way the grandkids formulated the question about it being, how can two girls and whatever, like, I get it. He was caught off guard.
Because he doesn't know how to answer the question.
He doesn't really know how to, which is why he's come out since and saying, teach me more. Like, teach me more how to handle, how to understand. But at the same time, again, like, he's not their parents. So even if he did give them an explanation, what if it was not necessarily on the lines of how the parents wanted to have that conversation, right? It puts him in a weird space with them. And
well, then the response is ask your parents.
Right. So, yeah. And so, but again, like
in the moment, you
so
freeze.
I don't know. So, yeah, you can call this a hot take. You can call it me defending homophobia if you want. I don't think I'm defending homophobia.
I don't even think it's a defense. It's just,
I just think that
it's a different perspective.
I just feel like you got to let people express themselves like so society wants. That's where it's the give and take in society right now. You have the all mental health issues. People have to talk about things and they have to express things and and then when they do it, they get dogged out.
Right.
And for other reasons, right? And it's like you got to know the climate. You got to know this. I get that too. But there has to be a balance somewhere. Because
there does. And I mean, we're in still in this phase of cancel culture where the second somebody says something you don't agree with, we need to cancel them, and they're a bigot and they're a racist and they're homophobic and yada 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 yada, all that other stuff. So there is a sense of the receiver who needs to take a step back and have a little more grace and understand that not everybody knows everything that's going on.
Right.
If you're not in a space where there's a lot of activity of, the gay community, the lesbian community, or support or anything like that, then you may not know how to respond to these situations. And I feel like, like you said, that's really where he was coming from. He's like, caught me off guard. My grandson is asking these questions. I don't know how to answer it.
Right. And hence why now he's saying, like, teach me, like, show me how I could, handle these situations better. Like, he wants that.
And instead of people jumping to conclusions, people could have come in and had a more compassionate response. Like, hey, Snoop, well, if that happens again, you could say X, A, B, or C.
Yeah.
Or if you're
I went to the end of the alphabet.
And I started at the beginning. That's funny. Or if you're concerned about what your grandkid may see in the movie or anybody that you're with may see in the movie, watch the movie first.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if that's the case now, I guess you got to screen.
You got to screen the movies before. But I mean,
you wouldn't. Excuse me. You wouldn't expect to screen a kid's movie. I think
you shouldn't. But at the same time, but again, it's not like it was anything extreme.
Right.
I mean, let's not forget, this is also the man that told us it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Right.
So it's okay for multiple sexual partners,
but again, that
same sex.
That was 30 some odd years ago. He's grown.
Times have changed, yes.
So no, and like I said, it's. I just think that let him have his conversation.
Yeah.
The way he has his conversation, and then when he talks about it, and he's being vulnerable in that sort of not understanding, accept that. That he, it's not a homophobic thing. It's just a lack of understanding thing.
Yeah.
That's all.
We need to get to a place of help instead of condemnation. So, you don't understand? Well, here, let me help you out. But then people are so objective. And not everybody across the board, but there is a lot of objection to other people's opinions and other people's help.
Right.
Because if you don't agree with what it is that I'm saying, there's a lot of times you might not even be interested in what I have to say.
There's 30 billion people on the planet. They're not all going to be on your side.
Yeah.
So.
But even if they don't agree, that doesn't mean that they're your mortal enemies now.
Right.
Like, you should still be able to have a disagreement without resorting to name calling.
Right.
Or trash talking.
Right.
Like, oh, this dude, you're a racist because you think A, B, and C. It's like, well, I'm not, but, then there's nothing that I can say that could change your opinion of that.
Right.
And, that right there is, I think, where the problem lies. Like, there needs to be a little bit of openness to where we can receive somebody else's opinion without our opinion overshadowing their opinion.
Have the conversation.
Right. Without the attacks.
Yeah. So, well, that was our... Or I guess your.
Our. Yeah.
It was a hot take brought to you by Throttle House Coffees and Teas.
Throttle House Coffees and Teas.
Get yours at throttleHouseCoffees.com.
House spelled Haus.
So, there is a Madonna biopic in the works.
Madonna.
She's a material girl.
Living in a material world?
I believe so. Like a virgin. Yeah, so Jennifer Garner, excuse me, why did I say Jennifer Garner? Julia Garner, wrong Garner. Julia Garner.
Big fan of Jennifer Garner.
shout outs. But yeah, Julia Garner, known from being in Ozark. If you're a fan of Ozark, great show. Also was in most recently Fantastic Four. But yeah, she's been cast to play Madonna in a biopic, and I thought that's a pretty good casting, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it'll be again another biopic from another great musical artist. Like Madonna in her day and age was legendary. Controversial.
That's the key. Is like she was, when you look back at her catalog and some of her songs, nowadays it's like, oh, these some oldies and some oldies, some standard music. It's like you could put this in a child's movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm exaggerating, but what I'm saying is it's so not controversial by today's standards,
right?
But back
then,
back when she was dropping music, it was like, holy crap! She said what now?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's
all the double entendres and whatnot that she was putting in.
It's the same. Every generation, goes through it. That form of self-expression that you can't put me in a box. You can't tell me who you want me to be. Like, I'm going to be me, Her being so bold and out there in your face with her sexual comfortability. There's a word that I'm looking for that I can't quite find, you know. But definitely her being more out front in the face about it, having her pointy brassieres,
right,
having her songs, like Virgin and everything like that. Her being as open as she was with her sexuality and her body and everything like that.
And speaking of that, this is very similar to, but I think hers, for some reason, I remember like not a lot of people picking up on it. But you remember Toni Braxton when she came out? Yeah. And her, her whole song was essentially about masturbation. Right. And a lot of people didn't pick up on it until somebody said something, and then they'd really listen to those lyrics.
It was very subtle.
And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I get it now.
It's very subtle.
So, but I mean, that's kind of Madonna in a nutshell. I mean, she would say stuff that people were like, oh, it's Puff the Magic Dragon. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the metaphors, it's the subliminals, but it's when you realize it, it's no longer subliminal. It's just, oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. What? Yeah. So, okay. Those are the three emotions. What? Yeah. Okay.
Basically, in that order.
Right. Lil Jon was onto something too. Right. So, but yeah, I thought, that's pretty cool that she's gonna do the Madonna biopic.
That's what's up. I mean, she's. What are we talking? Again, like I said,
she was good in Ozark. Yeah. I mean, I love Ozark. I mean, she played, her character's name was Ruth, I believe. Yeah. But she was and
I think this is the time. Like, we're definitely old enough that enough time has passed that the artists from the 80s and 90s need to start telling their stories, Like, we need these books to be written. We need these biopics to be made. Like, all of these people, especially the 80s, they paved the way for the artists of the 90s. The 90s paved the way for the artists of the 2000s, et cetera, et cetera. But without the 80s and 90s, right, I don't think music would be what it is today.
Oh, yeah. But I think you said it about every decade.
Yeah, but they were definitely breaking barriers at a level that we can't fathom right now. Because we're so desensitized to everything right now. It's very hard.
I think the advent of streaming but even before typical legal streaming, the Napsters, the LimeWires and whatnot made stuff so readily available that music spread like a wildfire.
Like a wildfire. Yeah.
I mean, and so you were getting,
no disrespect to California,
you were getting not only the mainstream but underground, like in
almost instantaneously.
And now with streaming, and indie artists are just able to do everything, put it out there, and it's there. Right. So it's like the overabundance. I mean, the amount of music that comes out daily, is probably the same amount in the 80s that came out in a month or so, or maybe even a year. Yeah. It comes out in a day now. So
so it's a lot easier. There's less barriers to entry now than there is back then. So it's easier to put out more controversial content than it was back then, because to do it back then, it had to go mainstream in order for it to get out. Yeah. So you're battling some record exec that doesn't understand where you're coming from, that doesn't understand anything about the music. They just know that it sounds good and I can make a lot of music off of it. Right. Sometimes stuff slipped through the cracks. Skeet, for example. Right. Because if they knew what skeet was, they wouldn't.
Country grammar.
Right. Bro's talking about a drive-by.
He's talking about the drivers the whole time. That song was in so many, films, commercials, you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My grandkid was listening to Country Grammar the other day talking about, I'm going down, down, baby. I'm like, wait, ho. You ain't got no Range Rovers.
Street sweeper, baby.
Cocked ready to let it go.
Yeah, so it's like, when you really break the lyrics down, you're like, oh.
But a lot of artists use, similes and metaphors to talk about something without actually talking about something. You know?
I mean, that's the creative part of music and expressing. So,
right.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Being able to use,
AKA in hip hop, the punchline.
Right. Being able to use the English language in a way of such that you're talking about one thing to the untrained ear, but if you're actually listening, you hear what they're really talking about.
Yeah.
Like you said, Puff the Magic Dragon. They weren't talking about a dragon.
Sure they were. His name was Puff.
And he lived by the sea.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I think it's dope that, she's getting her biopic now.
Yeah.
I would love to see, I want to see more. I want to see everybody come out with a biopic. Anybody who was everybody from back in the day, I want to see a biopic.
Well, we know we got Snoop one coming. We got the Mike Tyson one coming. I mean, we got a lot. There's a lot of them coming. The Kobe thing is coming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm here for it. I love watching those stories.
I'm ready for a Shaq biopic.
That would be a good one.
Right? The man's been through a lot. Him going from playing on the east side to playing on the west side.
I love playing on the east side.
I mean, his basketball career, his music career, his business ventures, his philanthropy, everything that this man does.
The one thing I admire, and we've talked about wanting to you were talking about philanthropy, but you talked about wanting to eventually set up a foundation and start doing some stuff, which is still in the plans, it's still in the works. But I love how the stories about Shaq and his generosity. I don't want to call it philanthropy. It's generosity.
Generosity, okay.
I love how his generosity is so genuine that you rarely hear about it.
He's not telling you about it.
He's done so much, and then the only way you hear about it is someone who might have witnessed it puts it on social media or something, but he's not out there blasting like, oh, I gave away this to some kids, or I did this for this school, or he don't care about all that. If he cared about that, the amount of notoriety he would have for doing this stuff would be out the roof. Like, you wouldn't hear anybody else doing anything because he just does so much.
Right.
But when you hear these little stories come out of the cracks about him, like, oh, he was up in Best Buy and saw some kids looking at some laptops, for school, and then he goes over and buys them like the most highest end one you can have and just gets it for them, you know what I mean, just to make sure that they're set. Or he goes over there and he's in a Walmart and buys 4 or 5 kids a bunch of bikes that they were looking, you know what I mean, like.
Right.
Like, it's great because this dude is just out there looking to help people when he can. When and where and wherever it is, it doesn't matter. He's just like, oh, I'm in this moment. If he sees something, and he specifically has said in the past that it especially hits him when he sees a single mom, trying to load up the cart with groceries and questioning if she should put some stuff back. Second he sees that, he's like, he'll tell him, go get some more. Go get a second cart and fill it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Shaq is definitely one of those that I very much, aside from following his basketball career and him being the most dominant center in the game ever.
Is he on your Mount Rushmore of centers?
He is, I think, the Mount Rushmore of centers. I mean, I could probably throw one together real quick off the top of the dome. Would be like him, Wilt, Kareem, and maybe Dream, Olajuwon. I think that would probably be my 4.
It's a nice 4.
But basketball career aside, man, I really admire the stuff he does for people in general.
Yeah.
His business work is admirable. The stuff he gets into and invests in is admirable. All that stuff. The stuff he does for entertainment is admirable.
Right.
But the stuff he does for people is the top of my list of what Shaq brings to the table.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And you don't hear enough about it. Because you're only hearing it from second and third parties.
Yeah, that's not mainstream news. It's not drama.
Yeah,
they're not going to push it.
And I'm sure there's plenty that that we all don't know about. But the stories that do come out that I hear about, it's incredible. It's like it's great. So big shout out to Shaq for that. That's one of that's one of the things I love about Shaq is just him just constantly looking to help.
Props to Shaq Diesel. This right here. This is the definition of a role model. Like, there's a lot of times we get confused between a famous person and a role model. Like we almost feel like all famous people should be a role model just because you're in the public eye.
The dude who has 500 million followers just because he does weird shit on the internet is not a role model. A role model is somebody who shows you how to better yourself,
Who leads by example
and better the people around you.
Yeah.
And Shaq is the definition of all
of
the
a role
above.
model. Yeah, like it's literally in the two words, role model. Like to be a role model, you have to lead by example. You have to walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
And the other thing that Shaq does is he admits his faults as well. He's admitted his wrongs in life.
Yeah,
He comes out and straight tells people like, don't do what I did with this. Don't do that.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Trying to guide him down the right path.
so yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Big Shaq Diesel.
So yeah, that'd be a dope biopic. It'd be a long biopic because this dude's done a lot.
Man, they'll have to do it in parts. Like we could do a trilogy.
For part one of the Shaq biopic is basketball. Part two is the music. Part three is the business, and part four is the philanthropy.
Right. We got to get into the cars.
Oh, that's part five.
That carries through all of them.
That's part five. All the custom cars.
He was the first man to put big rims on the Benz.
Dude, this dude takes Lambos and stretches them so that he can fit in them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's the crazy part.
That's some baller shit right there.
So
I'm gonna turn this car into a Shaq only vehicle.
right.
Make it a one of one.
I feel like I could reach it.
I could reach that too.
So in TV news, Bel Air season 4 is
Final season, they say. Yeah.
So
Have you watched?
I'm not gonna lie, I've only watched the first 2 seasons. I did not watch season 3.
What'd you think?
I enjoy it. The thing that I enjoy the most, I feel like, is the kickbacks to the comedy,
That's so true.
because you see certain moments that happen and you're like,
Oh, I remember that. I remember that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
the pool party.
right.
Yeah.
So
And it's dope the way that they do it differently because
Yeah.
the sitcom is a comedy.
for sure,
Bel Air is a dramatic version of the sitcom.
right.
So knowing the Fresh Prince of Bel Air so well that those epic episodes, the ones with the pool party, the ones with Carlton doing drugs, the one with Will Smith and his dad, why you don't love me, man?
Right.
That episode had everybody in a chokehold. The fact that they were able to incorporate these big moments from that show, these memorable
These
moments from
dramatic
that
moments
show,
within a comedy.
and then
Right.
to reprise them in this dramatic environment, like when you see those
Right.
ties, it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty
They
dope.
should,
I like how they did
so
that.
those were dramatic moments in a comedy. They should have made those comedic moments in
In
the
a
drama.
drama.
that would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. But no, great show. I mean, I low key think it sucks that it's 4 and final seasons. I wish kind of would go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But, I get it.
It is what it is. But I mean,
Some
four
things have run its course.
seasons in this day and age, 4 seasons for a streaming show,
Right.
that's pretty big,
Right.
And the crazy part about it is the contracts for these things aren't like they used to be on network TV, because you'll get like a 3-season run right off the back. It seems like every show now is season by season.
Right.
They'll do one season. We'll pay you for this one season, and depending on that, we'll see if we continue or not.
Right.
Because there's been crazy hiatuses between each season.
For sure.
It's not like where it used to be, where it's like, okay, we'll start in the winter, we're done in the summer, we'll pick up next winter. We're gonna be, it's
Yeah. Every fall you
I
got a new season.
yeah. I think we waited anywhere from 8 months to 3 years
Yeah.
between seasons.
The one thing that I will say about the Bel Air show is this thing was spun up from a fan trailer.
Which is dope.
And it was basically speaking something into existence. I mean,
Yeah.
they created it, and people were like, "Oh, this is dope, this is dope." And then Will Smith sees it, and then next thing you know, now we've got an
Now we got
actual
a
show,
show.
a successful show.
And all the characters, all the actors that play in the show are phenomenal.
Yeah,
The person that they got for Will, like he plays Will great. Hillary, the parents, Jeffrey, even Jeffrey's role.
Yeah.
And they made Jeffrey again, it's a drama, so it doesn't have the same lightheartedness.
Right.
But the way that they portray Jeffrey in this one, like Jeffrey's a stone cold killer, man. Like
Right.
you can't. This man is definitely the protector of the house. You
Right.
know, helping
Right.
keeping everything in line. It's so wild.
So it brings me to the idea that we need a dramatic representation of the Brady Bunch,
That'll be crazy.
because I want to see a gangster Alice.
A gangster ass Alice, yeah. she be wrecking shop.
So, great show. And, spinning it in the opposite direction of drama. The Big Bang Theory. You're a fan?
Big Bang. Yeah, I enjoy
the Big Bang Theory.
I enjoy
yeah.
the Big Bang Theory. It's nice. It's nice to see the nerds have their representation.
Right.
You know,
right.
as a self-identified nerd.
So the spinoff they're doing. You know, I know you've heard about the spinoff with Stuart Bloom.
The comic book store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like, based on some recent developments, news, rumors, I guess, that this is going to be more of like maybe a sci-fi type of show, because I guess it's based on the premise that Stuart and his friends are trying to restore reality. Apparently, Stuart breaks some device that Sheldon and Leonard, yeah, that they built something, and I guess he broke it, and it messes up reality. It creates some sort of like Armageddon type thing.
Wow.
And so now they're trying to restore reality. So I feel like it's going to be like this kind of sci-fi thing. And then it got me wondering, like, if it goes that route, because this is based on quote unquote a real world thing, like of Big Bang. I wonder if this is going to turn into, like, you know, let's say it goes for 5 or 6 seasons, whatever, right? Is the series finale going to be like Stuart taking off his VR goggles? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not really a fantasy reality. It's literally him playing a VR game. Or is it going to be Sheldon taking it off? You know, or is it going to be somebody waking up from a dream, or you know, something of that nature?
Those are always the worst. Whenever they do those shows like
dream?
that, yeah, those are always the worst. What was it, Dallas? Back in the day, Who Shot JR?
Yeah.
Only to find out the whole time she was dreaming and he's in the shower. Like that was
So, well, yeah, that's my whole thing. Is like, it feels like this is gonna be like this whole sci-fi show, and it could be great, it could be funny, it could be whatever, but I feel like it's gonna end with, you know, somebody was playing some VR or dreaming or something of that nature.
This all sounds too familiar. This sounds like the MCU multiverse. This sounds like What If.
But I'm really curious to see how it's going to turn out, you know, and what it's going to really turn into.
Yeah.
So I mean, being a little Big Bang
Little Big Bang fan.
So
That'll be dope to see. I'm interested. I'm down to watch the first season. See what it brings us.
Oh yeah, you always got to dabble, put the toes in to see what the water feels like. If it's too cold, you know,
I'll probably still watch it. And then just complain about it. I used to do that with House of Pain. It's like, I can't stand the show, but I can't stop watching it.
Never. Yeah, that's funny.
Almost anything Tyler Perry. Like I love the shit that he puts out, but sometimes I'm watching it and I'm just like, what are we doing?
Nice.
But I'm gonna support.
You just like, I'm watching this show.
But I'm gonna get the streams up. I'm watching it just to watch.
That's what's up. Well, I guess with that, we've come to our reality end for episode
50. Yeah, man, 50 episodes in the can. This is monumental. I mean, I imagine that we could have gotten here from the beginning, but to actually be here is that's pretty big. I mean, we've been doing this for a year now.
Imagine if these mics had been on over the course of many years of the conversations we'd had.
Right.
It'd have been nuts.
We'd be on episode 500.
1,000.
Yeah.
So, well, with that, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and etc. And we'll see you on the next episode of
Can You Reach That?
Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that?
Can You Reach That? Brought to you by Double One Entertainment in Coopersville. Hosted by Tango and Coop. And created and edited by Tim Greenlee and Brandon Adolphus. Music, sound design, and editing by Michael B. That's me. Visual art and graphic design by Jonathan Greenlee. Additional visual design by Timothy Greenlee.